stopwatch.
Alright, ready?
Yep.
Alright. Hello, my name is Brian Weezer, and today I'll be discussing one very important aspect of my life, the gym. Now, a lot of people, they walk into the gym, most of the time they want change, right? They want to benefit themselves. And however, at times, the gym can be often discouraging, can be overwhelming, and that's a lot of problems for people that are new beginners to the gym. Wow. And oftentimes, most of us want to improve our health, our confidence, but one of the most difficult challenges that people face is not just wanting it, it's pushing through the difficult days. Now, acquiring discipline along the way, learning through trial and error, and perseverance. The gym is less about perfection and more on discipline and progress over time. The gym is not just a place for physical exercise, it is a place where discipline is built, mental strength is developed, and how long-term confidence is earned through consistent effort. Today I will discuss my hardships in the gym, lessons I learned, and how I applied the same principles in the gym to be successful in life. First, my hardships and overcoming adversity. One of my very first times going to the gym, I found it very difficult trying to get into a routine, trying to get myself motivated every day to keep going. And as soon as I started seeing little changes in my physical appearance, I felt rewarded for my continuous effort. That was one of the first lessons I learned. And there's a very good prime example of this, of a human. And her name goes by J.K. Rowling. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with her. She did the Harry Potter books. But what a lot of people don't know is that she got rejected 12 times before she actually became one of the most successful authors. And so what lesson can you learn from this? One thing I asked myself was that why did she keep on going? Why didn't she stop at the 12th time when she got rejected? Right? And this brings me to another lesson I learned in the gym. It's called What If? Right? One of the famous quotes I'm about to give you is from a motivational speaker called Greg Plitt. And this quote goes something like this. It goes, what if is an ongoing debate within yourself that you can never come to a conclusion on? So what does he mean by this? What point is he trying to get across from this quote? And what he basically preaches is that it is better to fail and try your hardest than to never have to fail. So how can you apply the same principles you do in the gym with failing a personal record and trying to be successful in life, right? You can apply the exact same principles of trying to get a job promotion with trying to be successful, right? You may fail at times, but if you still apply the same principles, you will be successful. And then another lesson I learned is called the reframing rule. So what is a reframing rule? A reframing rule is something I learned along the way of going to the gym. It goes something like this. So reframing rule is that whenever you're faced with a difficult obstacle, you have to ask yourself, have I been through a difficult situation like this before? What have I learned? And how did I get through it previously? And whenever you overcome a difficult obstacle in life and you finally succeed at your goal, you feel a great sense of accomplishment because you overcame adversity. With that being said, I'm sure numerous amount of you can relate to overcoming adversity, especially in the gym. This is one of the major reasons on why I chose the gym for this topic. This is why I love the gym. I know for a fact that this is 45 pounds. This is real, you can't fake it. This is 225. I know for a fact, and what I mean by that is that when you look back on where you started, you can see the milestones that you achieved in the gym. This is an example of it, 225. It took me a long ass time to hit this, and I was so proud when I hit that. You can fake a test in school, you can lie about what lifestyle you live. However, on the contrary, you can't fake progress in the gym. You can't fake a 225-pound bench, you can't fake a 315-pound squat, or maybe even a 500-pound deadlift. And what I mean by that is that you take more of a sense of pride whenever you achieve a certain milestone in the gym, right? And it means so much more because this progress can't be faked. It is earned, and it is only earned and not given. You may feel a sense of fulfillment, a sense of triumph and gratification. You can look back and take great pride and joy of your physical attributes you built along the way, knowing that it is real. And another reason I like the gym so much is because it says a lot about your character, right? you take your body everywhere you go, and you basically show an example of who you are, especially when you make a first impression. Now, first impressions are the most important thing, right? So if you see a person that's physically fit, you know they're disciplined, you know they're committed to something that they're really passionate about. The more passionate you are about something, the more successful you will be in life. If you're passionate in the gym, I believe you'll be successful in life. Now, in conclusion, the gym is more than a place to work out. It has taught me discipline, perseverance, and consistency, leading to real growth, both physically and mentally. Throughout the journey of going to the gym, I learned that failure is a part of the success, and that asking what if can motivate us to take chances, and that overcoming builds confidence that carries into everyday life. I really hope my speech can remind you that whatever goal you have, progress comes from showing up and putting in the effort every day. Success is never given, it is only earned one step and one rep at a time. For example, now what you see on the surface was that I did that very easily, but what you don't see was the days I couldn't hit this shit, the days where I didn't want to come, but now look at me now, I can hit this shit for 7 reps. That's pretty much it. So today we're here with?
My name is Eric.
Okay. Now I'm asking you a couple questions now. First question is, what is your favorite lift in the gym?
I would have to say my favorite lift would be deadlifts, actually.
Deadlifts? Okay. Now what was your first PR when you first started achieving PRs in the gym with deadlifts?
So my first PR was like around 300, 315 pounds. That was like within the first year of actually doing gym. Like didn't really know too much about, weightlifting and everything like that until I was coached through for the first year. And by the end of that first year, I was able to get 315 pounds. So now my current weight for that is about almost 600 pounds.
600 pounds? That's
about
a big jump.
3-4 years later.
Okay. Now, what lessons did you learn along the way, and how did it feel, you jumping from that original 315 to now 600 pounds? How did it feel?
So basically, it's amazing what the body can do.
It really is.
When you're able to, it's because it's all mental.
It really is.
So essentially, you just got to be able to just tell yourself that you can do it, push its limits just a little bit further when you think you can't. And being able to touch 585, 600 pound deadlift is actually pretty amazing.
It really is.
Because I thought, how much further can the body go, right?
Yeah.
So can I show this video real quick?
It.
So this is actually a rack pull, which was able to kind of be able to perfect my conventional a little bit. So it's kind of lifted a little bit above, but about a little above knee level. But this is about almost 600 pounds rack pull deadlift. But this actually, for me, essentially tells me that I can do anything as long as I set my mind to it.